Good afternoon, East Castle Place. Welcome to this edition of October's State of the Castle. Hope everybody's doing well out there as we have some interesting times ahead of us, as well as some great questions that were submitted from you all that we will address here in this wonderful viewing of State of the Castle. So glad to be here with you. Of course, I'm Tyler. I'm your executive director, as well as a new dad. So don't mind the toothpicks in my eye as my son Hunter has not figured out how to sleep in the evening, but does enjoy being up. But both Mom and Hunter, son, are doing great. And so thanks for letting me take that little detour on this State of the Castle. First up is Lindsay Vigut. She will give just a COVID update pertaining to the health center, as well as a question from a resident regarding another resident. So with that, I'll introduce Lindsay Vigut. She'll give an update and we will go from there. Off and running. All right, Lindsay, take it away.
All right. Good afternoon, East Castle Place residents. For my health center update, from a COVID-19 standpoint, as you've seen in the memo, we have had an uptick in positive cases for COVID-19 amongst our staff, and then we did have one resident in the health center test positive. From a staff standpoint, we are still doing well. We're still doing the most stringent and strict monitoring efforts, as well as doing weekly testing based on Milwaukee County positivity rate. Milwaukee County positivity rate is 7.9% this week, meaning we will see a continued uptick as exposure progresses in the county. We continue to educate our staff and provide them with the adequate PPE that they need, which includes a KN95, which is an additional step and barrier in addition to a surgical mask, face shield or these protective glasses, as well as we have isolation gowns and true N95s as needed that are properly fitting for our staff. These precautions, as well as our strict monitoring and contact tracings, will help us limit the amount of positives we have, though do not be alarmed if you continue to see them, as they are being contracted external of East Castle Place. As individuals, such as staff members, are able to go out into the community and resume some normalcy of daily living. That's why we have seen an uptick, because people are going to Pick and Save, people are going to Metro Market, or stopping at a restaurant or visiting with friends. Again, we educate our staff on the importance of social distancing, wearing your mask in public, and continuing those isolation measures to further prevent. My first question, and only question, is do you have any idea how one person in the health center got COVID? Because yes, in fact, last week we did have one resident test positive for COVID-19. This was in-house acquired that we believe at this time. We are working with the local health department for Milwaukee County, as well as our hospital system next door, Ascension Columbia St. Mary's, on the proper contact tracing and what exposure looks like. In terms of this individual being exposed in the community, they definitely have staff members going into their room for bundled cares with the proper PPE, including a gown, a face mask, as well as face shields and gloves, and so on. So in reviewing our contact tracing, we are figuring out a way to further identify where exactly the root cause, perhaps where this came from. As with any contact tracing, there's always a level of uncertainty and unknown in terms of exposure, and if they were asymptomatic leading up to their admission, or asymptomatic and then became symptomatic during their stay here, as they weren't here quite that 14-day window that we continue people in isolation. The positive thing is the resident no longer is residing here, so we currently have no COVID-19 residents in our health center at this time. And staff, in addition, wore the most strict PPE while caring for this resident, as well as the resident wearing a mask. So More information to come, but again, contact tracing is a very strenuous and drawn-out process just to get the proper communication and contacts with staff members. And hats off to Ashley Drummond, our Director of Nursing, and Roxanne Farr, our infection preventionist, for doing such a thorough job at that. Thank you.
Lindsay, just a quick follow-up question for further clarification. So a follow-up conversation just with Lindsay. You mentioned that the resident is no longer residing here. Is that resident discharged in stable condition?
Absolutely, yes. Thank you, Tyler. That is a very important question and one that someone always asks. Yes, the resident has discharged and is in stable condition and recovering. This resident was symptomatic and symptoms are improving, which is exactly what we'd like to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay, for that update. The next individual is Eric Peterson. Eric's got a couple updates from the Plant Operations and Environmental Services. Eric, take it away.
Afternoon, East Castle. The updates I'm bringing you today, first is our window washing. First I'd like to say thank you for being so accommodating and being home during the times that were distributed for the window washing. Seems to have gone well. We have made sure, even though that a waiver was signed as part of it, that one of our techs has been with the window washers the entire time. They're going from room to room just to be certain that things are taken care of properly. Also, just as an assurance, we did make sure that those window washers have been tested and following the proper PPE that are required by East Castle Place to ensure that our residents are safe. Just a note, they will be finishing their window washing this coming Monday. I believe that is October the 26th. They'll be finishing up, and that will be the end of their window washing this year. Next year, be prepared, we'll be doing the window washing instead of fall, we'll be doing it in spring. The other question I have here, or update, is regarding the soap dispenser and the hand towel upgrade that we performed. That started last week. They finished most of it. There's a little bit left to do, but we've held off on it due to some remaining supplies that have to come in. But we've updated all the paper towel dispensers and all the soap dispensers on the property. We've gone to a completely touch-free model, so for the hand dispenser and also for the soap dispenser, those are both touch-free. So it'll help us save on cost, and it'll help us save on that touch now that we have to be more acute and sensitive to than maybe before. And that's all I have. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Eric. The next individual that we have up is Laura Wengler. Laura will just give us a brief update on some of the most current happenings. And Laura, we made pickles on Saturday?
We did, that was going to be mine.
All right. Well, didn't mean to steal your thunder, but what better way to introduce?
Right,
Laura, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. So as Tyler mentioned, last Saturday was our pickle day. It's our tradition to make our cherry dill pickles. It was great to see so many people in our Creativity Center joining us. We got them done in record time, and we're looking to sell those sometime in December at a special event that we're planning, you'll hear about a little bit later. But it was a great day, wonderful to see so many residents, both residents that have participated and both new residents that were in on the creating of the pickles. So we also made all pints this year to kind of spread things out. So we had more pickles that will be in our jars, and just again, thanks for a wonderful day on behalf of the Activities Department. Something that's coming up next week is we have our pumpkin judging. This is also a tradition that we have at East Castle Place, where different departments are going to be carving pumpkins. And we're going to have a scavenger hunt for all of you. The pumpkins will be spread out throughout the first floor of East Castle Place, and there'll be different areas that you can find the pumpkins in, because we're spreading things out, obviously, for social distancing. But that's exciting. That's happening next week, starting on Tuesday and ending about noon on Friday, so that we can have the winners announced. A couple things that have been going on. Thank you to the Herricks. They've been doing some new sewing projects down in our Creativity Center, and I have to recognize Judy Christofferson, who donated a new sewing machine, and you can see things are moving and shaking down there. We've also had some wonderful quilting that's been shown down there, as well as some of the loom work that we discovered. So if you go down to the Creativity Center, you'll see some of those things displayed a little bit more prominently. Also, for those of you who attended the workshop with Jessica Mendez, who's our new student artist in resident, that was a great success. We had a nice group gathered down there and did some an autumn workshop where you'll see changing leaves and some themes behind that. That also is displayed in our Creativity Center. A few other things, if you're still reading the Creative Castle Connections, please continue to contribute to that. The most recent article on Jessica, written by Katie Phillips, was one that kind of highlighted the work that she's doing. Also, a great thanks to our Green Committee, which started up just last week. The Writers Group, which we are still doing highlights of the Writers Group on Channel 955. That's some of the other things. I think that's it. So we're looking forward to having our Lifestyle Committee up and running, planning things for the next few months, and a thank you to all of you who have been involved in our planning of activities. Tyler, back to you.
Wonderful, Laura. Thank you so much for the update. Thank you to all that you do for East Castle Place and your team in keeping our residents active. The next individual up needs little to no introduction, but it is Mike Brewer, and I believe it is Grandpa Mike, as Mike recently became a grandfather earlier in the month of September?
That's correct. 4 days before Hunter was born.
So, there you go. So, congratulate Mike. I'm sure he's got a few pictures to share. Mike, take it away.
Thank you, Tyler. I do have a few pictures to share. If you have an hour or two and you want to stop up at my office, remember, as I always promise, I have Girl Scout cookies up there if anybody is interested. Thin Mints right now, by the way. They're very good, actually. I have several updates for you. Hopefully I'll just keep moving right along and keep you on pace here. First of all, you all know that about 6 weeks ago or so, the Keppel family donated the funds to purchase a bench, which we will be placing out on our walking path around the campus here. It's actually going to be placed at the main entrance, closer to Bradford. But the bench is in, the memorial plaque is in as well. Our maintenance department needs to mount the memorial plaque onto the bench. I'm told that that will be happening later this week. The bench may be outside for you to enjoy and to commemorate the Keppel's family as early as next week. So watch for it. We're very grateful to them, and we're appreciative of everybody's patience in that. Just so that you understand, if you understand about welding, this is an aluminum bench, and so it's a little bit tricky welding it on. But we'll get it on, and we're looking forward to it. Second of all, you see that I'm wearing my East Castle Place cardigan sweater. About 3 weeks ago, maybe, we started a campaign for people who might have been interested for purchasing a fleece. Looked very similar to this with the logo on the left front. The fleeces are actually in production right now. They may be available this week yet, but more likely I'll be distributing them next week. For those of you that ordered, again, I can only accept payment by credit or debit card. You can either see me once the fleeces come in, or you can go to our website. If you go to support us, you'll find a PayPal button about halfway down the page, and you'll be able to pay on your own whenever you have the time to do so. So watch for those. Thirdly, you know that about 4 months ago, we had our very first car donated to East Castle Place. I'm very pleased to say that we've now had our second car donated. Normally I wouldn't necessarily share the name of the donors for privacy purposes, but this particular donor has granted me the right to do so. And so, Larry Hammond, we thank you very much. Just to give you an idea of the process, Larry's car was picked up here at our surface parking lot. The car is now awaiting sale at a car auction. Once the proceeds have been determined based on the sale, East Castle Place will get a check minus the fees for the auction house and the towing. Larry will get a letter for income tax purposes that he can use to document his charitable contribution to East Castle Place. We are, in fact, a 501c3, and for those of you that are up on accounting code or legal jargon, that means that we're a private nonprofit, and donations to us are tax deductible at both the state and the federal level. So Larry will be getting a letter documenting the proceeds that we realized as of the sale of the auction. All of that is going to take about 6 to 8 weeks. Larry's going to get his charitable contribution just in time to be able to file with this year's taxes. If anybody has any questions about that process, or you know somebody who's interested in donating, come and see me. You don't have to live here at East Castle Place to be a donor through this process. We can take cards from anyone at any time, and they can be picked up wherever the donor happens to live or wherever the car is. So keep that in mind. Come see me if you have any questions. Last but not least, as Tyler has referenced, we now have a brand new resident council, and as a result of that, the resident council has designated their liaison to the Employee Appreciation Fund. It is, in fact, Barbara Hill. Barbara Hill is your resident council representative who will be spearheading the effort with you and your neighbors to contribute to the Employee Appreciation Fund. Just to give you an idea of the impact of the fund, last year we had about 120 donors who gave approximately $69,000 to the fund. Each hourly employee receives, and I'm going to call it a holiday bonus. I know everybody doesn't necessarily celebrate Christmas. With some it's Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, but it's a holiday bonus. Each full-time hourly employee got approximately $580 as a thank you from you and your neighbors for the service that they provided last year. Part-time people got a prorated portion of that, but the hourly employees are the ones who benefit, not the salaried people like myself and Tyler. The hourly people really need it. For people that make approximately $14.50 an hour or less, that was the equivalent of an extra week's pay. An extra week's pay that you weren't expecting coming at holiday time, really, really appreciated. So on behalf of all the staff who benefited from it, I thank you. I ask you to watch for a letter that will be coming in your mailbox. It will kick off this week already. For those of you that aren't aware of it, last year and every year previously, we've had a box at the front desk. You'll notice there's a slot in the box. You can put your check into it. If you're going to give cash, we ask you to put it in an envelope, sealed, and put it in the box. We don't really want just loose money in there. It also gives us an opportunity to document for your tax letters at the end of the year who gave how much. So watch for that. This will be out later this week already. So those of you that want to get a jump start and contribute, please do so. Again, we do document this for your letters at the end of the year. And again, you know, it really is, if you think about it, if you went out to dinner, you probably would tip your waiter. If you had your car serviced, you know, you might wonder, you know, whether or not the fee for doing it covered the full benefit. This is in lieu of that. Your waiters, your custodians, your housekeeping personnel, you know, this is a way for you to say thank you. And again, if you were living in your home and people provided this service, you probably would be providing a tip on an ongoing basis. For those of you that are curious as to what you did last year or the year before, or maybe you were on a contract monthly basis this year and you want to know the current status of your giving to the Employee Appreciation Fund, come see me. I have all those records and I'll be happy to share them with you. They are confidential records though, so I have those and I will only share them with you. So that's about it. If you have any questions, come see me or Barbara Hill. Once again, she'll be spearheading this effort. I know she's going to do a great job. So let's turn it back to Tyler.
All right. And thank you, Mike. Thank you for all that information. And briefly, right after the showing of this State of the Castle, we're actually going to show the thank you video that was put together by the staff from last year. Just showing the appreciation and thanks and the meaning behind those wonderful, generous gifts that, again, are voluntary. Well, next I want to introduce our new resident council president, Mr. Don Herrick, who I'm sure all of you know. Don has been patiently waiting here, and so Don, just want to introduce you. Feel free to say a few words, and just really look forward to working with the new council. Don, take it away.
Thank you. The council has had its first meeting. We elected our officers. The vice president is Marion Fraley. The secretary is Kathy Johnson. We posted a list of our tentative, at least, committees in the mailroom. We've also posted a list of the officers. The minutes of all our meetings are in a book in the library. We're going to take a look at those. And the minutes of the last meeting should be there very shortly. Hope we have a good year. We have a great council. Thank you.
All right. And again, thank you to Don. I also just want to mention all of the other individuals that were here and, of course, elected Don to that president's role of the council. So, as he mentioned, we have Marion Fraley, who is the vice president, Kathy Johnson, who is the secretary. Then we have Augie Mortarello, Barbara Hill, Gil Church, Kurt Follower, Sandra Meyer, and Carla Mae Richards. Again, I was able to join the council briefly for the last meeting to introduce, and again, look so forward to working with the council. Just want to say a brief thank you as well to the former council members that served for the past year to 3 years. I'm coming up on my 3 years here at East Castle Place, and again, Libby Sellers and the former resident council did such a warm, welcoming job to me, and continuing to do that to our newer residents, so on and so forth. So again, just thank you to the former council for all your contributions, as well as impact to East Castle Place. I mentioned the resident treasure chest, the employee appreciation fund, and many other impactful pieces to East Castle Place in the way it's kind of shaped up over the last 3 years and formed, and continuing to look forward to working with Don and the rest of the resident council to continue to make East Castle Place even better than it already is. A couple updates on my behalf. Just the community COVID-19 update. Obviously, Lindsay gave a great update as comparatively to the rest of East Castle Place, Health Center specifically. I just want to mention that from an East Castle Place as a whole, we're working through things. Staff continue to be tested, close to completing about 100 tests per week. And so again, the concern obviously is in the rise across Wisconsin. If you've turned on the news, obviously this is a top topic that is discussed. It's something that we're very much working through. It's a very fluid situation. Decisions are made maybe 1 week prior, and then a transition may have to happen the next week just based on additional information. Again, this has been a very gray area to navigate. I think I've mentioned this once or twice. They didn't quite teach a class on this when I went to college. And again, I think we're all trying to navigate this to the best of our ability. And I appreciate all of your words of encouragement. I appreciate all of your support and all of your questions in that decision-making process. Again, we're being guided by the CDC as well as our local health departments, as well as our Lead Care Service partners and board of directors to make some decisions and to make some pieces kind of put together. We know physical health is key, and we want to keep that and maintain that to the best of our ability. We also know from Laura as well as the rest of the group there's other aspects to health, including spiritual well-being, to social well-being, to emotional well-being, to vocational well-being, and so on and so forth. And so, again, we're trying to navigate all those pieces and do it in the safest, most structured process as possible. I'll tell you that I haven't made every decision perfectly, nor do I think that I've made every decision in absolute 100% confidence. Because again, anybody I think that would tell you 100% confident that they know how to navigate this may not be having to sit here, but should go take a seat on the hill. But I'm here today to tell you that we're going to continue to navigate this to the best of our ability and all in this together, as we always say, ECP strong. And so with that, I'm happy to report that there are no independent living residents that have contracted COVID-19 at the time of this taping. I do know that, as Lindsay stated, our employees that are outside of East Castle Place on a more regular basis are taking precautions, but at the same time have taken steps and through testing process to have contracted the COVID-19. I'm also happy to report that the vast majority have all returned to work in stable condition, healthy, and are moving on, continuing to serve and navigate East Castle Place. For those employees that continue to work through that, I want to assure you that we are supporting them. We are reaching out to them on a regular basis so that we, from an East Castle Place standpoint, can be as supportive as possible and making sure that there's returning to work, being supported both emotionally, financially, whatever that may be, so that they can get back to the way things used to be, which back in February, if you would have asked me, hey, what's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and I think we're safe to say November, December are going to look like, didn't have this on the docket, but here we are, we're going to navigate this, and we're going to remain ECP strong. That's the update from COVID-19. Again, I will share more with you in my coffee with Tyler tomorrow as we move forward. But a question from the residents was, a number of members of the social club or residents at large would like to reinstate the pre-COVID policy of having IT people meet regularly with residents to provide advice. I feel there are a number of places this could be done while observing masking and social distancing requirements. Well, I reached out to Joe Petoskey, our manager, and Kevin Gildersleet, our IT tech who's on site here. And I know in speaking with Kevin that he's working with Laura to get some dates on the November calendar. So again, very, very soon, maybe not next week, the week after, we'll have some open hours as well as maybe by appointment. So if you need that advice or some further advice from a new computer that was set up or you're just having some tough times, please feel free to call the front desk, call myself. We can put in a work order ticket, much like you put in a maintenance request, and Kevin can give you a call and either try to work with you via the phone, maybe it's over Zoom, or maybe it's in person. But we will be bringing back those open office hours, so to speak. Again, realizing that social distancing, wearing our masks properly, and as well as meeting all those requirements need to happen. So again, for this question, yes, we'll get back to that. Again, that'll be a free service for those open hours. If you do have some one-to-one, more intensive care, there may be a slight charge. But I assure you, Kevin's personality as well as his help will weigh well beyond what you would pay somebody from Best Buy to come in to take care of you. So if you have those questions, feel free to let the front desk know or myself. Also, just want to give a brief, public service announcement. On behalf of Teresa Jenkins and myself, flu season is going to be here before we know it, if we are not already in it. I hope you've all received your flu shots. If you haven't, please head to your local CVS, Walgreens, or physician's office and receive that flu shot. Our staff have all received their flu shots. We are this year put in policy in place per your board of directors, a mandatory flu policy. This was put in place actually back in January, so great foresight, just something that needed to happen. So all of our staff have received the flu shot. Again, that's a part of why and where we work and what we need. But I know it's also recommended that you, as residents, receive the flu shots as well, and I know we had a flu clinic back in September with the high dose. We have not been able to get Walgreens to agree to come back on site to do a follow-up. However, please reach out to your physician. I know the CVS right on Downer does have the flu shots available for you. And so again, I encourage you to do that. Also, with flu season as well as COVID still upon us, I ask that if you have any symptoms, if you have any questions regarding COVID, maybe you're not feeling right, stay isolated in your apartment. Do not accept visitors, do not head out into the hallways. Call Teresa, call Maureen, call myself, call Lindsay. We will come to you. We have the proper personal protective equipment. We can diagnose it over the phone. If you need Gatorade, you need some broth soup, you need some saltines, all of that, we will be happy to deliver that to you so you do not need to come out of your apartment. Again, once you're through the symptoms, we can have housekeeping come back in, do a deep clean of your apartment, and make sure everything is followed. We are in this together. That's the only way we're going to get through this. So I encourage you, I urge you, I implore to you, please continue to do the right thing and continue to do what you're doing. We've been going through this now, going on month 8. We're staying strong. We still have a couple months ahead of us for sure. And let's readdress this in January, but until then, let's continue to stay East Castle Place strong. Let's continue to stay strong as a community, and we will get through this. If you have questions or concerns about anything that was discussed, of course, feel free. Let me know, let Laura know, Mike, Lindsay, any of your directors that are here for you. Of course, Don, I think, is also a wonderful resource and would raise his hand to welcome any questions or concerns or suggestions on behalf of residents that you want to get to know the resident council for. So, of course, we'd love to do a social. We're not quite there yet. So, in the meantime, we'll make sure those names are posted for you all. As always, if there are any questions, you have my number. You know how to get a hold of me. Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of the State of the Castle meeting for October. Again, the thank you video will be shortly following this. I hope you tune in for that as well. Thank you as always, and stay ECP strong. We'll see you next month.
Thank you very much, and Happy New Year.
I want to thank you all for your wonderful gift that you have given to me and all the rest of the staff. We really, truly appreciate it. Thank you to all of you. Take care.
Thank you from the laundry and
Merry Christmas!
Feliz Navidad! Merry Christmas!
Hi,
We would like to thank the residents from
Water Tower,
Rehab and Activities. Thank you.
This on the east side, and we gonna do everything.
Thank you very much. Now I'm not in debt.
Thank you to all East Castle Place residents.
Hi everybody, I just want to say thank you so much and let you know how much I appreciate this. Merry Christmas.
Have a holly jolly season and a great new year.
Hi, I'm Helen and Dorothy. We are from 3rd floor CBRF. We thank you and appreciate it for the generous donation. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I thank all of you. Thank all of you. Merry Christmas to you. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Lolita Detman.
I am honored to work in such a warm and inviting environment, and I am pleased to be able to work with such generous and comforting people. So from myself, my wife, and my 2 boys, I just want to say thank you and Merry Christmas.
Hi, this is Eric and the maintenance crew here at East Castle Place. We want to say thank you for your extreme generosity for a great Christmas bonus. And we want to say thank you and have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your gift. We really appreciate you very much. Have a very, very Merry Christmas from the housekeeping department.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you from Mrs. Smith and Mr. Smith.
So to each and every one of you, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, I'm Chaplain Harold Epley, or as Jake Jacobson likes to call me, Chaplain Hal. And I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, blessed winter solstice, whatever you celebrate. I am glad, so very glad to be the chaplain here at East Castle Place. I've been here almost a year now, and I'm so grateful to all the residents and the generosity that you've shown to me and to all the staff here at East Castle Place. So blessed holiday to you, and look forward to being your chaplain in 2020.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the generosity. It does not go unnoticed. Very blessed to work here.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Schumacher. I'm the nurse manager up in the health center.
Hi, I'm Cooper Ledvina. I'm an activities coordinator.
And we just want to say thank you very much and happy holidays.
Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Hi, my name is Rashawn Walker, and I just want to say thank you to all the residents. I greatly appreciate everything that was done, and I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, my name is Deontay White. I just want to say thank you to all the residents. I greatly appreciate everything you do for us. And to you, I get to give my family a great Christmas gift, and Happy Christmas and Happy New Year.
Hi, I'm Andrea Wade. I work third shift in the health center, and I just want to say thank you so much, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
I'm Kelly Flater. I work in activities on the 4th floor in Bradford Terrace, and I wanted to say thank you to the Employee Appreciation Fund, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas.
Hi everybody, this is I'm Dawn Caper, the dietitian in the health center. I just want to thank everybody so much for the generous gift this year for the holiday season. I really appreciate it, and it was extremely thoughtful of you all. Blessings to you in the new year. So see you around. Thank you.
Hi everybody, happy holidays. This is Tani from the 4th floor, 8th. I mainly work with all 3 floors, Wire Tower, 5th floor, and 4th floor. I would like to thank you for your generosity for our Christmas bonus and our resident bonus. It was very helpful for me as a student, but thank you so much and happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Hello, my name is Latory Harris. I would like to thank all residents for blessing us with a nice Christmas bonus for Christmas. I really appreciate all you guys. I try to work my hardest to please you guys, and thank you.
Hi guys, it's Mahogany from the dining room. Just want to say thank you so much. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Just wanted to let you know that that appreciation fund really did help me out. It got me and my daughter into my new place, and it also got her a new puppy. So thank you so much again.
Hello, East Castle residents. It's Brandon, the full-time dishwasher. I want to say thank you for the incredible gift you guys gave us this season. I was able to give my mom a very significant gift, and I want to give my thanks for that. I hope you all have a good day.
Hi, I'm Mercedes. I'm a server here at East Castle. I just want to thank the residents for the Christmas bonus that you gave us. It really helped me pay my rent early this year, and I just want to say I'm very happy for that, and happy holidays.
Hi everyone, all you East Castle residents. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Willie Henrich, for any of you who don't know me. I'm the fitness manager. Most of you know me because you're coming and working with me. Thank you so much for your generosity this year. You guys outdid yourselves again. We really appreciate it. The gift will be very well used this year. So I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Hi, I'm Deb McFerrin. I'm an LPN at the Water Tower Assisted Living and the CBRF. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for the gift of money for our Christmas bonus. And I'd also like to say thank you from my husband, Scott. I think you all know him. He works as the Works Hub coordinator. He arranges your rides. So we both just really enjoy working here at East Castle Place, and I've really come to cherish each and every one of you. And I'd just like to say thank you again and wish you a very happy new year.